In this video, we are going to learn about string data type, basics of string data type. Create a new Java file. The name of the class is I. In the main method, I'm going to declare this string data type, and the name of the variable is I is equal to within double quote. For string data type, we need to supply the value within a pair of double quote. We simply call it as quote. Within a pair of quote, whatever the value we are supplying within that quote, within a pair of quote, that will be considered as the string value. In line number 6, I'm going to print this I by using system.out.println statement. Click on file, click on save as, save this file with the name as the class name, that is I. Now, string is the data type and it is non-primitive. String is not a primitive data type. It is non-primitive. What are the primitive data types? There are totally 8 primitive data types available in Java. That is byte, short, int, long, float, double, char, and boolean. These are the 8 primitive data types in Java programming. Now, string comes under non-primitive data type, and it is also immutable. It is also immutable. And what is this immutable? You will come to know in later videos. As of now, string is non-primitive data type and it is immutable. Okay, and I is the variable name of type string. I is the variable name of type string. Is equal to is the assignment operator, and within a pair of quote we are supplying the value. Whatever the content you are supplying within a pair of quote, that will be considered as the string value. You can supply anything within a pair of quote, that will be considered as the string value. And this statement is ending with a semicolon. In Java, every statement must end with a semicolon. In line number 6, I'm going to print this I. When I'm trying to print this I, whatever the value that it contains, that will be printed onto the console. In this case, the value is simply the value. That is what we have supplied within the double quote or within a pair of quote. Save this and come to the command prompt. Try to compile this program for syntax correctness. Java C space -d space // classes space the name of the Java file, that is i.java. Press enter. Now, successfully i.class file has been generated inside the classes folder. Now we can able to run this i.class, or simply we can call it as class I. By using Java command, we can able to run this class. Java space hyphen cp space double dot forward slash classes and I. Press enter. We are getting this content, that is value, that is the string content, that is the string value. Now instead of value, I'll be giving something else like string value. Save this, come to the command prompt, try to compile it once again. For any changes that you have made to your program, you need to save it, and then once again you need to compile it before you are running that program. We don't have any syntax error. You are ready to run this class. We are getting this value, string value, right? Whatever the content we have supplied within a pair of quote, that is the string value. Now let me supply other than string value, whether it can able to accept that value or not. I'm going to supply char value. You know very well that char value we can supply within a pair of single quote, and we can only supply a single character. Save it, come to the command prompt, try to compile. Here itself we get this error, that is incompatible types. Char cannot be converted to string. Why? Because I declared this variable with the string data type. I have declared this I variable with the string data type, and I'm supplying this char, and I'm supplying this char value instead of string value. That is not possible. So that is why we are getting that incompatible type error. We cannot supply char to string variable. Now what about int? Save this and come to the command prompt, try to compile, and you will get the same error, that is incompatible types. Int cannot be converted to string. We cannot supply int value to a string variable. Now I'll check for boolean value, whether we can able to supply boolean value to a string variable. Try to compile it. Here we get incompatible type error as well. So we cannot supply boolean value to the string variable other than string value. Other than string value, we cannot supply any other value. How we are supplying string value? That is within a pair of quote. Within a pair of quote. If you are supplying this true itself within a pair of quote, it is 100% acceptable. Save this and come to the command prompt. Try to compile it once again, and here you don't get any error because we have supplied the value within a pair of quote. And now you can run this program. We get this true as the output. So whatever the content we have enclosed within a pair of quote, that is the content it is displaying in the command prompt. So this is it about string data type. This is the basics. Actually, this is the basics of string data type.